Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Have you ever wanted to create cool hand-drawn videos? You know, the whiteboard animations that grab attention and explain ideas clearly and just look super professional. Whether you're a content creator, marketer, teacher, or even a business owner, whiteboard animation is an amazing way to connect with your audience. But here's the problem. There are so many tools out there. I mean, Doodly, Videoscribe, DoodleMaker, they all claim to be the best whiteboard animation software. But which one actually delivers the real result? And which one is easiest to use? And which one gives you the most value for your money? And most importantly, which one should you choose? Well, that's exactly what we're going to figure out in today's video. I've tested all three tools to created videos with each of them, and I'll break down everything from ease of use to features, pricing, export quality, and yes, even the pros and cons. I'll also give you my final verdict at the end, based on real usage. So make sure you stick around till the end, because if you're thinking of investing in one of these tools, you don't want to miss this. So, without further delay, let's get started. All right, let's talk about each of these whiteboard animation tools, what they offer, how they feel to use, and who they're really made for. Let's start with Videoscribe. Now, if you've been around the whiteboard animation space for a while, then chances are you've heard of Videoscribe. It's been around for quite some time, and honestly, it was one of the first tools I ever tried when I got into making explainer videos. The interface is beginner-friendly, it's clean, timeline-based, and doesn't take long to learn. You drag and drop images, add text, and hit play, and you've got yourself a whiteboard-style animation. But here's the thing. While it's definitely easy to use, the software hasn't evolved much over the years. The animations feel a bit slow, also kind of robotic, and the customization is pretty limited compared to newer tools. Also, a lot of the image assets feel outdated or just generic. So, if you're just starting out and want something really basic for school projects or simple explainer videos, then Videoscribe can still do the job. But for serious content creators or marketers, it might feel a bit behind the times, okay? Now, let's talk about Doodly. Doodly is definitely a step up from Videoscribe in terms of control and customization. It runs on your desktop, both Windows and Mac, and has a really intuitive drag-and-drop interface. You can create scenes, bring in your own images, customize draw paths, and really make the animations feel like your own. What I really like about Doodly is the quality of the hand animations. You can choose different hand styles, and the drawing motion feels smooth and natural. Plus, their library of props and characters is quite good, especially if you get their enterprise level upgrade. But here's where Doodly starts to fall short for me. It's not AI-powered, so everything you create is done manually. That means more time spent designing, tweaking, and adjusting, so if you're working on multiple videos a week like I do, that can really slow things down. Also, the pricing is a bit on the higher side, especially when you consider that a lot of premium assets require extra purchases or subscriptions. All right? Now finally, let's talk about Doodle Maker, my personal favorite. Now this is where things get exciting. Doodle Maker is a cloud-based tool, so no downloads or installations needed. You can access it from any device and anywhere. But the real game changer here is the AI-powered technology. With Doodle Maker, you literally type in your script, and the AI automatically turns it into a full-blown whiteboard animation, complete with matching visuals, transitions, and even voiceovers in multiple languages. Yes, you can generate videos in 60+ languages with just a few clicks. That's a huge advantage if you're targeting a global audience or doing client work. The templates inside Doodle Maker are super professional, modern, and ready to use. You can customize everything like images, text, background, animation style, and it all feels smooth and fast. So compared to Doodly and Videoscribe, Doodle Maker just feels smarter. It takes less time to create videos, and it gives you more flexibility. And the end result looks like something a real animation studio would charge hundreds of dollars for. So if you're someone who values speed, efficiency, and high-quality results, Doodle Maker is a serious contender. And honestly, after using all three, it's the one I keep going back to. So if you're curious about Doodle Maker and want to check it out for yourself, I've dropped the link in the description below. Click that link and you'll automatically redirect to their official page where you can explore all the features, watch their demo video, and even grab it at a special discounted price. All right? Let's now talk about something super important. How easy are these tools to actually use? Because look, it doesn't matter how many features a software has, if it's a pain to use or takes forever to figure out, you're probably not going to stick with it, right? So starting with Videoscribe. Videoscribe is definitely beginner-friendly. The interface is clean and pretty straightforward. Means you've got a canvas, timeline, and a media library. You just drag in your elements, type in your text, and press play. But here's the catch. It feels a bit outdated. The timeline editor is okay, but not very flexible. If you want to fine-tune the animation timing or move elements around in a complex scene, it gets clunky. And adding voiceovers or syncing audio? Let's just say it's not as smooth as it could be. So yes, it's easy, but only if you're doing something very simple, okay? Next, Doodly. Doodly's interface is actually one of the better ones, I'll give it that. It's clean, modern, and feels more intuitive than Videoscribe. You can drag and drop elements onto the canvas, resize them, reorder them, and customize how each one is drawn. You also have a lot more control over animation timing and transitions. But like I said earlier, Doodly is manual. So yes, you have more control, but that also means more work. You have to build each scene from scratch, manually adjust draw paths, and sync everything yourself. It's fun at first, but it gets time-consuming really fast, especially for longer videos or tight deadlines. So if you're a perfectionist, then you'll love Doodly. And if you're a busy marketer or content creator, you might start to feel the drag, all right? Now let's talk about DoodleMaker. This is where things really shift. DoodleMaker takes a completely different and honestly smarter approach. You start by simply pasting your script or typing in your message, and the AI does the heavy lifting. It automatically picks matching visuals, lays out the scenes, adds transitions, and even generates voiceovers if you want. You can preview everything instantly, make quick edits, and boom, your video is ready to go. The interface is smooth, modern, and everything is laid out in a way that just makes sense. No tech skills required, and no editing headaches. Whether you're a total beginner or someone who makes videos for clients every day, DoodleMaker just makes the whole process faster, easier, and way more efficient. Okay? Now that we've covered ease of use, let's move on to something that really sets these tools apart: features and customization. Because let's be honest, we all want our videos to stand out, right? Whether you're making content for YouTube, Facebook ads, client presentations, or online courses, you need flexibility and power under the hood. Let's start with Videoscribe. Videoscribe comes with a decent library of pre-made characters, props, and background music. You can add your own images and voiceovers and animate your scenes on a timeline. For basic explainer videos, it gets the job done. But when it comes to customization, it's pretty limited. You can't control draw paths in detail, and there's not much flexibility in how objects behave. The animations feel almost too similar after a while, like every video looks kind of the same. So again, it's fine for simple projects, but not ideal if you want a high-end, polished, or branded look. Now, let's talk about Doodly. This is where Doodly really starts to shine. It gives you a lot more creative freedom. You can upload your own images, create custom draw paths, adjust how hands draw each object, and choose from different animation styles backgrounds. It also offers a much bigger library if you upgrade to the Enterprise plan, which includes hundreds of characters and props. But here's the catch. You have to do everything manually. The flexibility is awesome, but it also means longer build times and more decisions at every step. So if you're okay investing that time, Doodly can deliver highly customized videos, but it's not the fastest option. And now, DoodleMaker. This is where things get exciting again. DoodleMaker brings AI-powered smart features that completely change the game. You paste in your script, and the software automatically pulls in matching visuals, adds voiceovers, syncs the scenes, and builds the entire video for you. And it's not just limited to Whiteboard. You can also choose Blackboard and Glassboard styles. It comes loaded with 300+ ready-made templates, then 60+ languages and voices for voiceovers, then a huge built-in media library like icons, characters, props, then royalty-free music and sound effects, then text-to-speech and male and female voices, and full control to tweak or edit everything after the AI builds your draft. Plus, if you're someone who makes videos regularly, this AI-driven approach saves hours of time. You're not just customizing visuals, you're letting the software do the heavy lifting. Then you just polish and publish. okay? Now let's talk about the part that usually decides everything, the price. Because no matter how good a tool is, we all want to know, what am I getting, and is it worth my money? Let's break down each software's pricing based on their official websites, and more importantly, what you're actually getting for that price. So, starting with Videoscribe. Videoscribe offers 3 pricing tiers. Their entry-level light plan costs around $23 per month. This plan lets you create up 5-minute videos per month using their online editor. Then there's the core plan for about $33 per month. This gives you 30 downloads per month, access to their desktop and browser app, and a media library with over 5 million images and icons. And finally, they have the Max plan for around $41 per month. This includes unlimited downloads, longer video duration, commercial rights, and all the premium features. So, yeah, it's quite expensive, and you're committing to a recurring monthly fee, and the features are limited depending on the plan. And unless you go for the Max plan, you'll still run into restrictions like video length or monthly download limits, okay? Next, let's look at Doodly. Doodly has 2 main plans. The standard plan costs $49 per month, and the enterprise plan is $79 a month. The difference? The enterprise plan gives you a lot more assets, thousands of characters, props, fonts, and extra media resources. So, still, the regular pricing is pretty high, especially if you're just starting out or not creating videos regularly. And some core features, like large asset libraries and advanced exporting, are locked behind that more expensive enterprise plan. Okay, so now finally let's talk about DoodleMaker. This is where the value starts getting really impressive. DoodleMaker offers a one-time pricing model with no monthly or yearly subscription, and you still get access to all the powerful features. The commercial license is just $49 one time, which unlocks 180p HD exports, longer videos, and client-getting training. This price includes everything: an AI-powered video creation system, 300-plus templates, 60-plus languages and voiceovers, a massive media library, royalty-free music, unlimited video creation, and commercial rights. And all future updates are included. No hidden charges, no asset lockouts, just one flat payment. Compared to the others, DoodleMaker is giving you more advanced technology, no usage limits, and no recurring bills, all at a fraction of the price. So, if you're someone who prefers to pay once and get lifetime access, DoodleMaker is hands down the best investment. It's more affordable, smarter, and future-ready, especially if you're creating videos for clients, content marketing, or YouTube. And remember, if you're watching this while the deal is still live, you can grab DoodleMaker right now at a discounted price using the link in the description below. Alright? Now that we've looked at pricing and features, let's break down the real-world pros and cons of each software, so you can get a clear picture before making your decision, right? Let's start with Videoscribe. The biggest pro of Videoscribe is that it's simple and beginner-friendly. If you're just getting started with whiteboard videos and don't want to be overwhelmed by too many buttons, this could work for you. It also has a massive media library and lets you export in various formats. Their newer updates have improved speed and workflow a bit too. But the cons? Well, it still feels a bit outdated. The interface hasn't evolved much over the years, and the animations lack that modern, polished feel that you might expect in 2025. Also, the pricing structure with monthly download limits and restrictions, especially on the Lite and Core plans, can be frustrating for regular users. You'll often find yourself needing to upgrade just to do basic things. Next, Doodly. Doodly is a strong tool. The animation style is smooth. It gives you the ability to draw on blackboards, whiteboards, and even glass boards, and you get more control over hand styles and drawing paths. For creators who like customization, Doodly has that extra depth. But the biggest downside is that much of what makes Doodly powerful is locked behind the enterprise plan, which is expensive on a monthly basis. It can feel overpriced, especially when you consider you still need to record your own voiceovers or purchase add-ons separately. Also, the interface can sometimes feel clunky, and it lacks AI features that could save a lot of time. And finally, DoodleMaker. Here's where DoodleMaker really shines. The pros are hard to ignore. AI-powered video creation, text-to-speech in over 60 languages, automatic translations, 300-plus ready-made templates, and a massive media library, all wrapped into a modern, intuitive interface. You can create professional quality videos in minutes and even customize voiceovers without recording anything yourself. But it doesn't stop there. You get 1080p exports, full commercial rights, and unlimited videos, all for a one-time low price. Plus, it's regularly updated with new features and built for creators who want speed, scale, and flexibility. Okay? Now, as for the cons, some people may prefer more manual control like what Doodly offers, for instance, drawing exactly how the hand moves or creating completely custom scenes from scratch. But honestly, for 95% of users, DoodleMaker's smart automation is a huge time saver, not a drawback. Okay? So after using all three tools, Videoscribe, Doodly, and DoodleMaker, here's what I personally felt. When I first started with whiteboard animation, I tried out Videoscribe. It looked easy at first, but as I started creating more videos, I noticed the limitations, especially the outdated templates and slower rendering. It was decent for beginners, but once I wanted to do more advanced work, I had to look elsewhere. Then I moved to Doodly. I liked the interface and the smoother animations. The ability to switch between whiteboard, blackboard, and glassboard was cool, but very soon I realized that if I wanted access to all the characters and props, I had to upgrade to the enterprise plan. And even with that, I still needed to create my own voiceovers or buy extra assets separately. For me, it started feeling too expensive for what I was getting. And then I found Doodle Maker. Honestly, at first, I was skeptical because it was a one-time payment. I was like, wait, is it really that good for this low a price? But after I tried it, I was blown away. The AI video creation feature saved me hours of work. I could literally paste in my script, choose a template, and boom, it generated an engaging doodle-style video with voiceover in minutes. No extra tools needed, no voiceover headaches, and everything just flowed smoothly. Plus, having support for over 60 languages and full HD video exports made it a total game changer for my YouTube and marketing projects. And the best part? I didn't have to worry about monthly bills or upsells, because I paid once, and that was it. Even after months of using it, it still feels like one of the best investments I've made in my content creation journey. So here's my final thoughts. If you're just creating 1 or 2 videos a year, maybe Videoscribe or Doodly could work for you. But if you're serious about content creation, whether it's for YouTube, freelancing, selling videos to clients, or building your personal brand, then DoodleMaker is 100% the smartest, most cost-effective option out there. It saves you time, it saves you money, and it delivers professional quality results without the usual tech overwhelm. So if you want to test it out for yourself, I've dropped the official DoodleMaker link in the description below. There's a limited time discount running right now, so if you're watching this while the deal's still active, don't miss it. So click the link in description and try DoodleMaker now. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment if you have any questions. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.